Hey everybody, and welcome back to my Let's Play. Let's get right into it. Chapter 1-3, I guess. So we're gonna load this up and get on with it. Here we go. Yep. Get some communication here now.
Leon, I've been able to get some new info that might help you.
Fill me in.
Apparently, there's a religious cult group involved. They're called the Los Illuminados.
Los Illuminados? That's a mouthful. Anyway, I had an unexpected run-in with the big cheese of this village.
But you're okay, right?
Yeah, but he could have killed me, but he let me live. And he mentioned something about me carrying the same blood as them. Whatever that means.
Carry the same blood. Huh. Interesting.
Anyway, there are more important things than solving riddles right now.
You're right. Hurry and find that church, Leon.
So I'm actually gonna... I could go forward, but I'm just gonna check this area out right here. And I'm actually gonna go back here. Oops. I like how it says woman in red, but she clearly was not wearing red. Whoops. Guess they didn't think of that when they did the costume change here. It does make for a reference. I don't know who sings that song Lady in Red, but like that old like 80, I don't even know, is it an 80s song or something like that? I don't know. Anyway. Oh, whoops. Okay, never interrupt a dude taking a dump. And that's a horrible way to die. See, I would hate to be caught on the can doing my business, and somebody just runs in there and just shoots me in the face. Like, that's horrible. I don't blame that guy for being mad at me. I really don't. I think there's just like a few more things here. This seems to be a running theme with this game. Like, they put a typewriter right at the beginning of each chapter. I don't know why. I'm really not sure why, but I'm noticing that in pretty much all the chapters I've played to this point. I see you there. I'll go ahead and play with him a little bit. I don't play enough with the grenades, so I try to use them as best I can. It's kind of fun to me. And now we switch back. So what I'm thinking about doing between videos, and I've actually recorded quite a few videos, so I'm kind of way ahead of this part, to be honest, but between videos I'm kind of like appeasing my OCD and like organizing my inventory, but you'll see that later in the game. This guy used to really freak me out. Like, especially when like one of the first times that I played the game and I didn't expect him, so I'm like, oh my gosh. And of course I didn't have any ammo at the time, so you know, it's always kind of freaky. But he does take a lot of punishment, he really does. Oh my gosh, he's still alive. You know, I don't care if you wield a chainsaw, that doesn't give you shotgun invincibility, you know, as an advantage. You're still made of the same flesh and bone as anybody else. So I don't know what that's about. Again, I love these games where it's just like, oh yeah, ammo comes out of their ass, or money comes out of their ass. As a matter of fact, I wish that would happen to me. Not necessarily somebody shooting me for that to happen, but, you know, just You know, maybe I had too much fiber one day, and hey, look at that, $100 bill. Holy cow. That would be pretty awesome. Just saying. I don't know, maybe we should visit this part of the world just to see what's up with that, how they mastered the art of shitting money, literally. Alrighty. Like I said before, I'm gonna try to hold on to the yellow herbs for Ashley. Once I find her. Oops, spoilers if we're trying to find a girl named Ashley. Oh dear God, I'm kind of bad at that. Like, and I'm one of the first people that will say, even if a game came out in like 1990 something, you know, like 20 something years ago, I'm the kind of person that I'd be like, you know what? I'm not gonna assume that people played the game, and I'm not gonna spoil it for people. Like, if it has a story, if it doesn't have a story, then of course forget it. But and then I kind of break my own rule, and I inadvertently spoil games anyway. Whoops. I try not to, or I try at least, if I'm spoiling something, not to spoil something major. Like, I was trying to do that with my Heavy Rain Let's Play. You know, I was trying to kind of play along with everybody else. Like, let's say it's their first time watching a Let's Play of Heavy Rain or what have you. So that way people can watch. And I actually wound up kind of telling people, hey, if you don't want to know the kind of the climax of the story, stop watching right here. And then, so hopefully that helps. So I'm trying. I'm not perfect though, but I am trying. Gotta get an A for effort. I guess they love this area of the game so much that they decided to bring me right back to it again. But I do have the key. So that's good. Just see if there's anybody else in this area. Ah, yes, I almost completely forgot about the blue medallions. So the other half of that little quest is coming up. Actually, that was kind of weird. I don't know if that was... I guess that was a tree trunk or something. It just looked kind of weird. I'm gonna open this here and proceed on. It's kind of a random rant and a random... See, this I understand right here. The typewriter being in this area. Because, you know, you went through a few rooms and you're good. So, okay. Random rant time. I seem to, like, gravitate towards doing this. And, kind of the whole thing with, like, online dating. And, you know, I'm not gonna say, oh, online dating is this or that, because I've tried it, and I will still continue to try, because the thing is, like, I don't have a lot of time to actually go and meet people. I will try to do it every once in a while, but now I'm starting to think, is there really much of a difference between meeting someone online and meeting someone in a bar? And I know that there are some differences. I'm not saying that they're completely the same. People can lie a little more easily. At least if you see someone in person, you already know what they look like. Like, they're not going to sit there and say, oh, I'm actually 10 pounds lighter. I don't know. Luckily, that's not actually happened to me. And I guess the thing that helps is I always kind of like ask someone, oh, let's talk on Skype. You know, that sort of thing. So that way you can see what that person looks like. And like, if you guys are ever doing that, I would recommend that. That way you're not surprised and saying, oh, okay, that's really what you look like, huh? But some of my pet peeves with this whole online dating mumbo jumbo, one of them, right off the bat, is this whole nonsense about people posting pictures, and they decide to post nothing but group photos. So I'm like, oh, okay, we're off to a good start here. I don't even know what you look like. Excellent. So, you know, not to be shallow, but I kind of want to know what a person looks like, because I feel like, you know, attraction is key, and everybody says that, you know, and I always feel like I have to explain myself, but it's just like, no, you know, you have a right. Look at this guy right here.
Something that might interest you.
I'm glad I walked through this cave because this poor guy would have just been here bored
Good things on sale, stranger.
if I didn't happen to
What are
walk
you
right by him.
selling
So that's pretty awesome. I'm glad I made his day, and I'm glad I could give him some business. And by the way, the unit of currency here is, I guess it's pesetas. This is PTAS. Again, we're in Europe, right? So like,
Thank you. Is that all?
don't we have the euro by now? I don't know what's. I mean, I'm just assuming this is Spain right here.
What are you buying?
What did Spain have before the euro was implemented? I don't really remember. Maybe it was the peseta? I don't know. I can't remember when the euro was implemented. I gotta brush up on my history, my world history. That's bad. That's really bad. But anyway, so going back to this, people that post group photos, like they're too afraid to put. I don't know what it is. Like it's like they're too afraid almost to put a picture of them by themselves, so you know exactly who they are.
Thank you.
And I was just like, come on, give me a break. Like, you know, I'm not even. I hate to sound like a jerk, but I won't even give that person a chance because if you're, look, I post my picture, you know, and I'm always like saying I'm not photogenic or whatever, but I say I'm gonna push myself and post a picture so people know what I look like, so that people, what they see is what they get, you know. I'm one of the 3 people that tries to be as honest as I can, but if I'm doing that and I don't like taking pictures, like I hate taking pictures, it's always, oh my gosh, it's always an event. If I have to, for example, if I want to like send a picture to a guy I'm interested in or something like that, it takes me a long time to perfect a selfie, and even then I'm just like, I don't like it, but I'm just gonna send it. So anyway, it's like a big endeavor for me. So it's just like, if I can push myself to post a picture, you should do one too, so I know exactly what you look like. Right? And I don't know. That's like a pet peeve of mine. That's one of my pet peeves. I mean, I have a million pet peeves as well. And then, I mean, oh my gosh, I think I could fill pretty much the rest of the videos for Resident Evil 4 with nothing but like random rants about my pet peeves of online dating and dating in general and that sort of thing. But I will save those for another day. So, anyway, you know what I'm thinking? I'm just kind of saving myself for someone that looks like Wesker. I think that's the case. I think that's just how it is. Yes, I know. And I love the people that are just like, oh, you have a crush on somebody that's in a video game? Don't you know that's just pixels? Like, oh no, oh my gosh, I did not know that was pixels. I actually thought that was a real human being. Thank you so much for clarifying that for me. I mean, of course I know it was freaking pixels, for crying out loud. But the way those pixels are arranged, seriously, that's talent. Just saying. No, but you know, it's just like, I mean, it's like, you know, you like compliment a painting. Oh wow, that painting looks really nice of such and such person, or it could just be a painting of whatever, and it's just like, it's art. So it's just like, hey, it's pretty cool. And not to mention kind of an interesting thing that I learned about the kind of the history of Resident Evil and the history of Wesker, really. And like, apparently in the very original design of Wesker, like how he looks, his physical appearance, he was actually modeled after Robert Patrick, who, if you don't know who that is, he played the T-1000 in Terminator 2. I think that's probably his most famous role. I don't know. I mean, he's been in some other things, I'm sure. But, like, that's an iconic role for sure. And that's one of my favorite movies, of course. And I have to admit, I kind of did have a crush on Robert Patrick back in the day when I was, like, 11 years old. Oh, my gosh. Now I don't. I mean, he kind of... He just doesn't look like he did before. Let's just put it that way. But I found it kind of interesting. So I had a crush on Robert Patrick, and that crush kind of faded, you know, because I got older. And then I started to develop a crush on Wesker, I'm going to say about 2005, and it was just completely random. And that's usually how it is for me. Like, I'm just kind of like, oh, that guy's good looking. But just because I say a guy is good looking doesn't mean I develop a deep attraction to him. Holy cow, this guy is dynamite. Oh dear. Oops. He didn't think that one through. So, so I just randomly developed a crush on Wesker. And oh, yeah, I was saying, it's just kind of like, I see someone, they're attractive. Doesn't mean I develop a crush on everyone I find attractive or good looking. But just randomly, maybe they say something, or maybe they do something, or something happens, and I'm just like, yeah, you know what, that guy's kind of alright. And that's exactly what happened. And I'm like, wow, Wesker's like really hot. And I still have a crush on him, like almost 10 years later. How freaking sad is that? Like a third of my life, I have a crush on like this one video game character. And the thing is, like, it's not like he's been in all of the Resident Evil games either, you know what I mean? And if you know the ending of the 5th game, then you know what happened to him. But we'll get to that when I play that game, huh? So right about here, I realized I don't remember what the 3rd symbol is. I kind of looked at some of the graves, so I'm just kind of backtracking here to see what they are. So you basically have to look at the graves of the twins. Apparently a lot of twins in this little community here. And I have no idea where the 3rd one is. I guess it's this one. And there you go. They actually look like letters, so they look like S, M, and V, so that's kind of how I remember them. And who the hell would have a grenade in a bird's nest? I don't know. But anyway, I'm not complaining. I'm just curious as to why. So let's go ahead and solve this puzzle. I hope it doesn't take too long. So we're gonna just kind of maneuver it because I do want this. And I do like how I can't remember if it's Assignment Ada or Separate Ways. Which, by the way, every single time I hear about that mini game here, I always think of Journey, of course. And I'm always like, damn, I want to sing that song so bad. Even though it's definitely like a guy song because it refers to a girl. But that's a good song. I love that song. Oh my gosh. I don't care. I want to karaoke it. I don't care if it's supposed to be a guy singing it. I'm gonna sing it anyway. But I don't know.
Hunnigan, it's Leon. The door's locked. I can't get in.
Didn't they teach you how to pick locks at the academy?
Haha, he's not Joe Valentine.
There's some sort of indentation, like something might fit inside.
Well, there's no use standing around. Leon, you have to find some way or something to get inside.
I could make a dirty joke about Leon fitting a certain body part in that indentation, but I'm not gonna. We'll just move along here. Alright, so we have to go a very long way just to get something to fit in that stupid hole. I guess that's the theme for many men. I don't know. Oh my gosh. It's one of those days, isn't it, huh? This guy's mad I killed his bitch. Oops. I love this gun, by the way. I'm just gonna say that right out. I freaking love this gun. It's like a headshot every single time. I don't know if it always lands a headshot unless you like really upgrade the hell out of it. But I don't know. I would just say upgrade it. So I'm gonna go for all 15 of these medallions just to see. Next time I see the merchant, I will talk to him. Here is number 13. Did I say? Okay. So, speaking of Resident Evil, and I know Leon was actually in the lab. You know what? I'm trying to think here. In terms of how the Resident Evil characters were depicted. Closure of the church. How the characters were depicted in the movies. Like I said, I have to say that Claire was my least favorite. I resented how they represented Claire because she's my favorite character, and it almost like they didn't even try to make as much effort as they did with the other characters. I mean, they still depicted the other characters horribly because they basically depicted them as just being pretty much useless, but at least they looked like them. And okay, fine, you know, I can give them credit where credit is due. Jill Valentine, she really does look like Jill Valentine, both in Resident Evil 3 and then in Resident Evil 5 in the later movie. Leon looks like Leon. Barry looks like Barry. Who else was depicted? You had Carlos. He looked, he didn't really look like him, but I can buy that it's Carlos. You know what I mean? Who else was depicted? You had Ada, who looked like her, and apparently, kind of a nice thing was that apparently and I learned about this somewhat recently, was that the voice actress for Ada, the voice actress who did the voice of Ada in the second and this game, actually wound up dubbing the voice for Ada in the movie, in is it Retribution? I think that's the last Resident Evil movie. I lost track. I don't even know how many Resident Evil movies there are currently. I think there's 5, and they're making the 6th one. Although, I did learn recently that apparently Mila Jovovich is actually pregnant. So, I don't know, they're going to delay filming or something like that. But, because I know us diehard fans are kind of sad that they're making the 6th movie, and we have to wait until... wait a little longer for them to actually release it. So, what do we have here? Ha ha ha. A bunch of birds right here. Duck hunt, bitch. That's how I do it. Screw the light gun. No, I'm just kidding. That's a fun game though. I think my gun actually still works, which is kind of cool. But that's like the only game I have for it, the you know, Duck Hunt. I know there's other Nintendo games that used it, but just never got a chance to play them. So I think there's more stuff in here, so I'm gonna just grab all of these goodies and proceed about my day. Whoops. One more hut to go. Alright, so I'm slowly building up my arsenal, which is great. Let's see what we have here. There's something here. That's it for this area. I'm just gonna go down here for a moment. Through here. And I'll stop the video here, but I'll be back.